How's it going, my peeps? You're watching the 4th installment of the WWE 2K14 wishlist series. It's all about videos covering what we want to see in the next WWE video game, 2K14 in this case. We covered match types, brand new match types we'd like to see, match types we'd like to see improved, updated. We've also covered movesets, brand new moves, some old moves that definitely need updating, such as Kane's chokeslam, and we've also covered just recently the roster. You know, the roster is one of the most important things of a WWE video game, actually of any video game for that matter, any fighting game or sports game. And a WWE video game can be classified as both of those, especially now that it's a part of the 2K Sports lineup. So, in the background is just CM Punk versus R-Truth in an Extreme Rules match, I believe. But anyways, the topic of today's video is all about the story mode, season mode, Road to WrestleMania, whatever it's going to be called. I'll just call it, for this video, let's call it the story mode. At least for PS2, it started off as the story mode. That was what it was called. You know, the main mode, main story, where you actually had storylines and such. This year we had the Attitude Era, where they weren't original storylines, they weren't storylines specific to the video game, but it was actually reliving the Attitude Era inside WWE13 in the video game. This year, I'm thinking it's going to be an original, you know, story, you know, just for the video game, basically going back to how it was for every single WWE video game apart from like All-Stars and 13. The major thing I do want for 2K14 in terms of the story mode is free roaming. I want to have free roaming so you can walk around backstage, talk to some superstars, form alliances with some. If one of them talks to you in the wrong fashion or looks at you the wrong way, you can beat the shit out of them in the video game, take him out backstage. Basically, those options, you had these options in past, you know, WWE video games. For example, Just Bring It. Just Bring It, when you started the story mode, right away it gave you the option. It gave you the option to go after the tag team titles, and if you didn't want to go after the tag team titles and find a partner, you could, you know, say you don't want to do that. The freaking story mode starts off right away giving you an option of what you want to do, what you want to chase after. And if you chose to go after the tag team titles, you could actually choose which partner you wanted. It didn't give you an automatic partner or anything. You had the choice. You can go up to the person you'd like to be your partner, and that would be your partner. And I thought that was pretty cool. Of course, back then you didn't have voiceovers, or I think that's what it's called. Basically, the superstars, you know, voice acting, or you can actually hear the voices. It was actually just text. But you know, I don't mind that. I don't care if it's text. If that's what needs to be done to have like these choices, then I'm all for it. You know, I prefer options, choices, various ways of going about doing something. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I don't like a very linear experience when it comes to video games. That's why I like Grand Theft Auto games so much, because there's freedom. You can complete the mission however you want to complete it. I love the fact that it's like it's an open world. You know, there's a lot of freedom in the game. And when it comes to the past WWE video games and their story modes or season modes, what I liked about it is you can choose pretty much anybody, almost anybody from the roster to go through that mode with. These past couple of years, though, with the introduction of Road to WrestleMania and now the Attitude Era mode, there's only a select couple of superstars that they've selected for you that you can play as in those modes. Now, I understand they can't make a specific story mode for every single superstar on the roster, considering the past couple of games I've had rosters of like 60 plus superstars and divas, but what they could do, for instance, is have like 3, 4, maybe 5 main event guys have their own specific story modes. It could be like Taker, John Cena, CM Punk, Sheamus, Randy Orton. And the rest of the roster could have a generic story mode, as well as the divas. And like I said, I'd like to see options of what to do, or what titles you'd like to go after in free roaming. You know, you can walk around backstage. So anyways, we're running out of time. I could talk about this for a while, so I might do a part 2 on this. In the comment section, tell me what you'd like to see done with the story mode / season mode, whatever it's going to be called for 2K14. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, you can click that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Really helps me out. With that said, I'm out, guys. See ya.